Could you please state your name and your date of birth?
My name is Philip Glaude, and my birthday is March 29th, 1943.
And where were you born?
I was born in northern Alberta, a little town called High Prairie, and that's near, if you want to look at the geographical area, is around Slave Lake, Greward area, the Peace River country.
And did you grow up in that one area, or did you move around?
I grew up in that one particular little community, but I moved around a lot. I left actually, you would say maybe my home community in 1958. I started working at a very early age, so I left there at 58 to come to British Columbia, and I actually been here ever since then. But I used to go back off and on and to see the folks and our elders and so forth, and some of my friends, and there's still a few around today, and yeah, so.
And what languages did you both hear and speak growing up?
I guess I could say I've been very fortunate to be able to speak one of the Aboriginal languages that the Métis people speak, and that is the Cree. It's a broken Cree. It's not the real deep Cree that I speak, and I spoke that since I was a kid. I couldn't speak English when I started school, and still today I still speak that language that I learned at that time, and I learned it from my parents, my grandparents, my relatives, my aunts, my uncles, and my friends and mentors, so many that speak that language in that northern part of the country, Alberta. And also when I got to BC in 58, again, I was very fortunate to be able to come to a community where they not only understood me, but they spoke it. And northeast of British Columbia, there's a reserve there called Soto Cree Reserve, the Soto Reserve, and their first language is Cree. That was so neat to be able to communicate with those people, and also some of my relatives that spoke some French. So it had a very interesting journey, I guess you could call it, and I worked with many different nationalities through my time, and I'm very grateful for that, because I learned so much from them of the history of us Métis people. And the word, actually, the Métis had a hard time with it when it was entrenched in 1982. Prior to that, I grew up as a half-breed, and I went to a Catholic school, a separate school in Alberta, and I lived right close to a public school, which I couldn't go to. I had to go across town to go to a Catholic school, and at that time, I could say, I guess, I went to school with a lot of Aboriginal kids and Métis, a lot of Métis in that community of High Prairie. So, like I say, I've been very fortunate to be able to speak those languages. Our mayor at that time, when I was a young boy at that time, understood our language, and some of the fur buyers, the Morris boys, 2 generations of them, they spoke Cree, also broken Cree. Yeah.
What would be a greeting in your language that would be commonly used?
The Cree, I guess we actually speak, is sometimes called the Woodlands Cree, but we're kind of in between the border of the woodland and the prairie Cree, so I understand both languages, and no matter where I go, and especially the Métis, depending what area they come from, I can understand them, and you know, I could say that I've been very lucky that way.
So if you greeted me, let's say, what would how would it sound to greet
I would greet you like this. Tanse. Tansekia. And that's how we would greet people in the Cree language. Yeah.
Tansekia?
Tansekia, how are you? Yeah.
And thank you, Marseille.
Well, some of my my aunts, my grandparents, some of them would use merci, merci, and some of them would use Nanaskomun, which is Cree. So I understood both sides. So it didn't really matter to me. We communicated really well that way, and no matter where I traveled, and I could say maybe in Alberta, even Saskatchewan, northeast of British Columbia, Prince George area. Most of those people the Métis that I know that speak a language, there's a lot of Cree in it.